Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode, number 4 of 10 Minutes of Life with me. For those watching the video recording from here, you can see I've got a guest next to me. I'll get on to him later, but I'm just gonna. Oh, well, it's James. We'll give you a proper introduction later. Sorry, I'm still recovering from a cough. I'm just going to do, so what we're going to do, normal format, we're going to do the intro, then we're going to do the rapid fire to introduce you, we're going to introduce you with rapid fire, then we're going to do highs and lows, then we're going to do funny fly stories, then highs and lows, and then we're going to do the game, and then we'll go from there. Yeah. So I'll just do a bit of intro. So I did write some notes down. I will read them out now. So I'm not really one for New Year's. I'm not one for New Year's resolutions or reflecting on the year and stuff. But for some reason, I did this year. Mm-hmm. So 2023, for me, I was pretty blessed. I had a good year. 2 solo trips.
Yeah.
Indonesia and Thailand. I think you were probably one of the main forces to push me to go Indonesia.
Yeah.
Because your experience travel, we'll get to that. Traveled a lot. Made new friends. At a ripe age of 28, 29. I experienced a lot of life, I feel. I don't know if that's weird to say, but you know what I mean? Like, if I just sat in my room doing nothing, I didn't go to Indonesia. Thailand, new experiences. 5 weddings.
That's a lot.
None of them were mine. Not the one, well, not now. But yeah, it was good weddings. We went to Birmingham, Leicester, France.
How was one in France?
Yeah, really nice. It's like really cool. Really cool.
Where was it?
Carcassonne. It's like south, near Montpellier, I think. With my good friend Will, who was on the first episode.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or second episode, rather. Went to a Fringe Festival.
Yeah.
In Edinburgh, first time. Always wanted to go. Yeah. Did Budapest, did Sweden, did Thailand. But all in all, 23 was good. New Year's, so I was meant to go to rave, I guess, with you and a few other friends.
Yeah, Flake.
And what's that chocolate bar called? Cadbury? Yeah, Flake. Flake or Snake. Yeah. But I got invited to go to, I guess, a house party in the Netherlands, and I'm glad I went. Yeah. No offense, but it was new friends, new experiences, new life.
Yeah, you're just being blocked from about WhatsApp groups.
Where's all the notifications gone? But I had an amazing time. I think one of the best, because I'm now comfortable. I mean, I was comfortable a few years ago anyway of not doing anything for New Year's, because obviously everyone knows there's a pressure. It's going to be shit. It's just the people you're with. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't bothered about going to rave, and it was only because you said. I was like, I wasn't going to go, but you never go out.
Yeah.
So when you said come, I was like, yeah, and then I was like, oh, fuck it, I'll just go to this instead. So, I think it's just more the people, isn't it?
Was it your best New Year's?
Ever, potentially.
Yeah.
I didn't really do much anyway, so, I mean, I've worked on one, I've stayed home purposely on others. So yeah, maybe. I don't have many friends, so. I'm joking. I've got loads. I'm like a celebrity. No, joking. And then 2024 New Year's resolutions. Again, I don't normally do this, but I did have some. I wrote them down as well. They say better sleep hygiene. I don't know if I'm going to stick to that. You're not going on your phone. I was speaking to someone about that.
Yeah.
I think these are synonymous. Experience more life and express feelings/emotions more, which sounds very deep, but experience more life.
Yeah, I think that one needs to be broken down. If you're talking to a manager at work, it needs to be smart.
HR manager.
Yeah, there's no specific, measurable, achievable, realistic times.
It's not a tick box for more life.
So, experience more life. I feel like that should be a separate, podcast.
Right, yeah.
You break that down into what exactly that means.
I think everything, all the aspects that make life. This is going to sound really deep, like travel, work.
Yeah.
Can I say love? Not love, but dating.
Yeah.
What else? Living, family, friends.
Yeah.
Doing new shit. Getting out there, sort of pushing the boat. Like for example, last year, Exploring My Life, Thailand.
Mm-hmm. So doing new things or pushing yourself out of your comfort zone.
Yes. Yeah. I think that's what I would say. Comfort zone. But then I think with Thailand, for example, I had an opportunity to express feelings/emotions, and I think I'm trying to do that more, but it's hard. I mean, you need the opportunity to do it. I'm not going to be like.
Is it hard with anyone or just girls then?
Yeah, girls. No. Well, I tell you what. So I trying to. I was chatting to Will about this in the other episode because I was talking about dating, and if I tell my parents. So with my dad, I can tell him more, but still my mum I feel a bit awkward. I mean, she's this girl as well, but
It's interesting. It's more the other way around for me. But still,
really,
I don't really talk to them about much. I'm very secret squirrel.
you are.
Yeah.
But it's like with, I don't know. It's just because it's awkward. Well, not awkward, but it's like I haven't really bridged that gap because it's not a bit awkward because you don't talk about it, but maybe I was sorry. Maybe that's one of the things for this year as well. That's funny. Go to as many places as possible.
Well, I mean, that's on my list every
Yeah.
year. So,
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Included with that is one solo trip, at least 1 week long, and in another continent.
So that's 2 in 1, yeah?
Well, I guess that's part of it. Solo trip 1 week, and then another continent. And then 12 and 12, so I mentioned this earlier, 12 races in 12 months, half marathons. I forgot to slow down, I forgot to do research or got distracted with stuff, life. So I'm going to try actually do that.
12, what?
At least halves.
But you've got one next weekend.
We've got next weekend.
January.
That was,
Doing
and then
Hackney you signed up to.
Hackney, that's May. Hopefully do another one, Manchester or Royal Parks half.
Yeah. And then Sam's got a list. He's doing a race.
Yeah,
Every month.
he's doing a few ultras. I don't know if I have the capacity.
Yeah.
We don't have the capacity. Was it facilities? That's that meme.
Yeah. I don't know.
And then
More energy, more passion.
yeah, more energy, more passion, more footwork. Yeah, it is footwork.
Yeah.
And then I just thought of this when we were running this morning. 12 more episodes of the podcast because that's once a month. Because I think that's definitely doable. It's a goal.
Yeah.
Because if I said 24, then it's like, but if I can get 12,
Yeah.
I need to find 12 people though. And I can do
Does
that.
it have to be 12 different people? What if this goes viral? Can I be invited back for?
You can, yeah. When I'm
Second
famous, I might forget you when I'm famous, but
Yeah,
we'll see.
alright.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, so those are New Year's resolutions. I don't normally do much, and then that's it. That's all I want to talk about. 2024 coming up, big 3-0.
It's a big deal, yeah. It's a great.
Is it though? I don't think it's a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, you don't get excited about birthdays as you get older. So
No. So,
when there's a 0 on the end for some reason, yeah.
but it's like when you're traveling, it's like, oh, I'm 20 something. I'm 20 something. You're 30. Whoa! I feel like that's like.
Yeah, I was 30 when I first went travelling.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so I beat you at that. I was
You're
younger
way
than
behind. You're way behind.
2 whole years.
Yeah.
So that's going to be big. I've planned to go to Nepal and do a Mount Everest base hike. So
What, when? Is it booked?
not yet, but that's the plan.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the solo trip.
Yeah.
And then that's it. That's all I would say. I haven't mentioned. I've also noticed that I talked less about flying. So maybe next episode I'll do more flying. We'll do a specific pilot episode, talk about more technical things, the boring stuff or the fun stuff, how you want to see it.
Depends who's listening. Some people might be very intrigued by the
True.
technical and
Yeah, true.
the boring bits.
But then if I say the wrong things when doing technical, I'll be like, well, this guy's fake news. So we'll see.
Yeah.
And that's all I want to say on that bit. That was quite long. Now we go, okay, so now we introduce the guest. I think the funniest story is when we met.
Is it?
It was your birthday. We went to
Yeah,
Cambridge
that
in
one.
2019,
Yeah.
and we were punting. And punting is a really easy skill, but I couldn't handle it for some reason because I'm just there's so much shit going on in my brain. And basically, I was punting it, but then I kept on like going in a circle. And there was one time I like pushed off really hard, and I saw it going into this wall. I was like, well, I'm not gonna fall down. So I like sat down, and I had like what'd you call it? Stick, rod. And then I was like, I braced myself, and we went really hard, and I just fucking James in the back of the head. Like, how hard was it?
It was hard, yeah.
Yeah, really hard, and
You
that's
dropped the large steel rod on my head.
I did.
Great
Yeah.
height.
I was like, bang! I was like, oh, sorry, mate, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, how do we know each other? I guess through
Mutual friends.
Mutual friend, yeah, uni,
Friends.
yeah.
Ben and Sam.
Ben and Sam, yeah, because they were on the
The
trip.
most
as well.
amazing voice. So I'm sure
Yeah.
they'll get on a podcast.
No, they're due to come on.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's it really. So I think it's 2019 we met.
Yeah. Well, we've been met in Cambridge. Then it's probably been twins' birthdays. A couple of trips to Maidenhead. I feel like we've shared
Yeah.
a hot tub there.
Yeah, with other people
Yeah.
and clothes.
Other guys. Yeah.
The guys, yeah, so the guys. Yeah, and then I don't know if you're gonna tell the people what you do. What you? Oh yeah. What you, and a bit about yourself, but
Yeah.
also just to preface that. So James, you started at 30 traveling, and you're like what 47? No, sorry, 37 now. But James has done about how many countries?
Well, I'll tell you, don't worry.
Okay, so just I think if you ever have any question about James, but yeah, I'll let you know. Or you can do the stats. Stats is always fun to listen to.
Yeah.
Stats, and then
Yeah.
and then
Okay.
what you do, what you're about,
Yeah.
purpose in life.
Who knows?
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah. All right. It's
Yeah.
weird, isn't it? First time doing it.
Floor is
Okay,
yours,
James Harvey.
Hi, James.
From Hornchurch.
Wow.
Born and raised.
Okay.
But yeah, I think as you get older, you get much more aware of yourself, and you understand that. Yeah, maybe I'm more selfish than others, but you just know to put yourself first and listen to your body, do things you want to do. So yeah, 37 right now, HR services manager for a wealth management firm, but I'm one of those people that, you know, I give myself to work and I commit to work, but work is a means to live life.
Yeah.
And that's where I think, you know, like my job is, you know, I'd say quite stressful, but I don't think I give off those vibes. Maybe like if I'm talking to you separately or personally, I might say, yeah, how hard it is, or yeah, I need to work on the weekend and stuff. But like for me, you know, it's money into the bank account, and how I spend that money is how I want to live my life. So, you know, I think that's the key thing that I try to say to people. It's like you know, just live your life, right? And work is a means to that. It's not your life. Like, you know, even for you, right? You're a pilot, right? But actually, as we were sort of discussing the other day, I think I said you worked about 2.5 weeks in the last 4 months.
Yeah.
If you do it by how many days you're actually
it's been golden.
flying. Yeah. So
I
think we have to value the time we're not in work, right? That's how I measure life, or that's how I measure success.
Oh.
And everyone's is different, right? So, you know, some people might be by monetary values or possessions, but that's not me. So it's not about, you know, oh, I'm on a 6-figure salary, I've got a house, I've got a car. And others might be like, well, I'm a loser, right? I don't have those things, right?
I definitely don't have those.
But for me, it's not resolutions or you know, those kind of stats that I create. Yeah, for me, it's like when I die, I always think I want to live an extraordinary life. And by my standards, I think I do that. Like if you compare me to the average Joe, like, I do think I've lived a life. And the you know, I've travelled a lot, obviously, right? And you know, you talk to people, and you know the amount of time I've heard people say, "Oh, you know, I wish I'd done that before I got married. I wish I'd done that before I had kids. I wish I'd done that before I bought a house." But in the travelling community, like I don't mean like gypsy style, but like, you know, like-minded people. You never hear us say that. I've never met one person who goes, "Oh, I wish I'd done that instead of what we're doing now."
Oh, like have kids and
get because there's always time, or there's no timeline set, and I think we live in a different age now. So maybe I'm a bit more Gen Z or millennial, or whatever, than perhaps the rest of my generation are. But so for me, that was a long way, I think, to get to my key stats, right? Which is, so I do keep a track of countries visited, and football stadiums. Are very simple. Like my two passions in life are sports and travel. So travel, I've been to 65 countries. Super West Ham fan, obviously, season ticket holder. And so live sport and stadium. So yeah, I've got lists on my phone, and so they're kind of my goals, is just to keep adding to that. Yeah,
that's cool.
So I've been to 55 stadiums, and that's what drives me forward. So that's what I mean. Like work is just it's just work, right? It's not who I am. It's a part of me. That's how I just like drive myself on. I just strive for more. I just want to keep exploring, and you know, when I'm on my deathbed one day, you know, they can put that on my tombstone or whatever. Or something that I've done that people quite like is, my parents aren't that well travelled, but like I've been to some of the places they do, and I've like recreated the shots.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah,
and,
that's cool.
I would love, like, you know, whether it's my niece or nephew or my own kids one day,
so
to be like, I want to set them like a standard that it's like, this is what I want you to do.
Yeah, that's
like
cool.
Go out and explore the world.
Yeah, so that's cool.
They're the things that are most important to me. That's my little bio on Instagram.
That's cool. That's cool. So now you've introduced yourself, I think we're just going to jam to the intro music.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Welcome back
Welcome back. Yeah.
to James Harvey's podcast with my special guest Dan Ross.
What's it called?
Oh, I don't know. I'll have to come back to you on this.
Oh, okay. So I normally have this transition as well for the next segment. So we're going to do rapid fire questions. No thinking, just bang, 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 bang.
Mm-hmm.
And then if I want to know more, I'll ask more. Okay.
Yeah.
Last Google search.
I haven't got my phone on me.
You're in bed in the bedroom. Will you do Google something there?
No, Wordle. Doing Wordle for my family. Very,
cute.
Very PG. Last thing I Googled, probably when you watch a movie or whatever and you're trying to think if that was the actor in the last
for
film
sure.
that I watched. Yeah.
For sure. Favourite season?
Oh, summer, baby.
Summer? Okay,
Yeah.
I think I like winter. Favourite meal?
Favourite?
Meal.
I thought you said male. I had an answer for that. Favourite meal?
Meal.
I'll be kind to my brother-in-law. He makes a very good Sunday roast dinner.
Okay, cute.
Yeah.
Favourite male?
Male, Elvis Presley.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, this is cool. Have you seen? There's a film, isn't there?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's Baz Luhrmann's Elvis. Yeah.
It was late.
A couple of years ago.
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, good.
Okay, so the next segment is funny traveling and flying stories.
Yeah.
So 218 flights. I'm pretty sure you would have seen. Oh, I can do this. Whoa.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you would have seen, heard, felt something. 218. You must be on the Mile High Club, no?
No.
No.
No. Yeah, you wanted to raise that? No.
No. Okay. Raise that. No pun intended.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Not on the Mile High.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, funny flying traveling stories, honey.
If you want to get into one of those stories, they shall remain nameless. But yeah, I had a nice flight one time.
Oh really? What happened?
Maybe a longer haul flight.
Okay.
Definitely had someone on my right, an ex-girlfriend on the left, blanket over us. Had a little bit of fun under the blanket. Yeah,
okay.
Very nice.
Okay. Close enough.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
not quite mile high, but yeah. Mile high fun. I think. Yeah.
Mile high five.
Yeah. Air high five. Yeah.
Okay, but then other. You mentioned a couple. I can't remember.
Yeah, I mean, normally it's stag do's, right? So there was one of my uni mates' stag do's where we're all at the airport, definitely there on time, and then I don't know, two of them were buying gifts or whatever, probably for some girlfriend or wives at home. Yeah, managed to. This was on the start of the journey, so they scrapped that.
Okay.
I've got three then. Yeah, so stag do where two of the guys missed a flight out just because they were, faffing around trying to buy food and drink or whatever. So they missed a flight out, and then on that same flight, one of my mates fainted on the plane, and everyone assumed it was like too much alcohol, like in the morning because it's a stag do.
Really?
So that was one. The last stag do I was on for my mate Mark in Budapest. Again, we're all at the airport for the way home. Two of them are just chatting in the bar, mustn't have clocked the time, and they both missed their flight home. And I had one as well with my mate Safo, and we were in Hamburg, and they'd overbooked the flight, so they put us on a different flight.
Yeah.
And then that one I think I think it was me and the other guy were looking at those last minute gifts for the airport, and we managed to miss that flight. So my mate was really pissed off. Then he talked to me for that night and the following morning. So we had to stay in a hotel. I think he had the bed, maybe I had a floor, and then got up super early.
Yeah, well, you mentioned about stag do's. They're the worst for flying. Like
it's not standard, isn't it, for guys to?
No, it's like, and then so I don't know. I think I had one stag do, and it wasn't too bad. But I've heard other crews where like they just like empty out the bar, and then just ruthless start hitting on the stewardesses, and just rowdy and just noise the whole way through.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard this story. There was another stag, and they were just so rowdy that the cabin crew didn't know what to do. So they told the captain. You normally have communication between the flight deck and the cabin, and the captain was like, "Yeah, sorry, we're gonna experience some turbulence. If you will take your seats and sit down." And there was no turbulence. He was just shaking the yoke, creating the turbulence. I thought that's pretty funny. That sound means the next segment. So now we do highs and lows. My highs and lows. Recently, yeah, it was a good start to the year. Went to Netherlands, broke in the new year, I guess you say, with
See you in the new year, maybe?
saw in the new year. Saw in the new year, broke in the new year with
Yeah.
good new friends. That was nice. And then,
That's it.
well, I mean, it was fun.
Yeah, you had a very good time.
I did.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll cut this bit out, but yeah,
No. I just meant like we were talking about earlier,
yeah,
and like you're really happy with yourself because it's like, you know, you said like New Year's probably normally overrated, boring, and it's like you did saying, again maybe out of your comfort zone, you did flake on your mates, but
Yeah.
you went somewhere and you don't regret it. Like
no, for
you had a
sure.
good time, you just like hung out, you did loads of cool things, and it's like it wasn't even just about the one night. It was like it was about
The
your
whole
trip.
holiday,
It was a
yeah.
few days.
Yeah.
It was a holiday.
Like the whole time I was there, I laughed, had a good time,
Yeah.
no regrets at all. Like
Just
probably,
a good holiday and a good start. To
yeah,
the
and one of the
year,
best decisions I made to go,
Yeah.
because like you make new friends, but then it's like, oh, we'll do something, but
Yeah.
how many times do you do something? So
Yeah.
I'm over that.
Yeah.
And then yeah, recent high. As a joke, Sarah, my sister, she's getting married in May. I was like,
Is that a joke?
no, that was deadly serious. And as a joke, I was like, Sarah's getting married. No, I'm joking. As a joke, I texted her. I was like, hey, just checking that I'm giving a speech to your wedding. And she's like, do you want to? I was
Are
like,
you?
oh shit. She's like, yeah. So
Yeah.
I've already started getting
You
the
need
ideas
to
down.
Practice that speech with me. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
need to get all the stories down. So that was nice. And then also DJing. I haven't confirmed that with you, Sarah, but
Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna hopefully
That's just
DJ.
how you weasel your way into
Weasel.
the wedding.
Know how I
Weasel.
swim into
Yeah.
find the crevice.
Yeah. Oh, I'm doing a speech. Now you're DJing.
DJing.
What's next?
MC.
Yeah. Master of ceremonies as well.
Yeah, and then lows. Oh.
Have you had any lows this last week or anything? It's not mandatory, is it?
It's not a.
Not mandatory to have a low.
I guess not. I guess.
What were we talking about last week?
What was I talking about last week?
No, you're saying highs and lows, like the highs of the last week, whatever. and
Yeah,
the lows of the week.
and then lows. Yeah,
Do you have to have any lows?
you don't have to have lows, but then it makes you appreciate the highs, no?
Yeah.
Or how can you know if the highs are high?
Yeah.
Yeah. So highs and lows. So those I'll just give them quick
Yeah,
highs. And yeah, we'll go lows first, then highs.
For me,
Yeah.
just to talk about the recent week.
And we give one recent,
Overall.
then one bigger one.
I'll go highs first.
Yeah, okay.
So again, I don't, there's no obvious lows maybe, but yeah, obviously again, I'm gonna keep picking up Ben and Sam here.
Oh, wow.
They are very good friends, and they everyone keeps me young in their friendship group. So
Yeah.
like mid-December, they obviously sent out, and like there's every reason under the sun that I shouldn't sign up to a half marathon.
Yeah.
It's like I haven't ran in 3 months. I'm older. I'm not a gym guy. I'm not the fittest by any means. It's coming into winter. Obviously, there's just so many sort of Christmas parties and meetups,
Yeah.
gatherings, food and drink, alcohol. But it's like there's never a perfect time. I think that's what people have to realise. Whatever it is, to
Yeah.
buy, to travel, to start a relationship.
No,
whatever, on this
never.
podcast, right? So it's just like, oh fuck it, like there's a month and it gives you that motivation. So yeah, today hence I'm in the running gear still because
From
I
9
haven't
hours
much
ago.
energy to move. Thank you to you, but
Yeah.
like I did a longest run I've ever done in my life, right?
That's cool. At
You think I'm
37 as
getting
well. That's
older.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's new challenges, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, we were ran like 16.5k today. So that's a highlight because I'm proud of myself.
Yeah.
Right? At the end of it, the other high for me this week, which was very sweet, was 2 members of my team. Whether it was a delayed Christmas present or a spontaneous present, but one of them had returned to work this week, and they bought me a present that I just wasn't expecting.
That's nice.
And just for sort of thank
Yeah.
you for being such a supportive boss.
Yeah.
And
And how many people in the team?
I've got 8.
So
right
the other
now,
6 hate you.
potentially. It doesn't matter, does it?
The high is that you have 2 people that love you. So,
yeah, maybe.
Don't focus on the
And,
negatives.
But it was a real class present as
Yeah.
well. It was like one of them's a West Ham fan as well.
Oh,
So,
okay.
And it was just like this bookend of all the newspaper
Yeah.
headlines of like West Ham over the years. So it was just you know, it's amazing how much a kind gesture or being kind to someone or trying to do something so small that
Yeah.
makes someone's day better or week better. It's an incredible
Yeah.
feeling, and fair play to them for, you know, showing me that, you know, sometimes, you know, you're ultra busy at work and it's like,
Mm.
you know, they've took the time to do that. So that's
Yeah.
a high of this week. Yeah.
That's pretty good. Yeah, you reminded me. Sorry, just going all the way back to my New Year's resolutions, not to overthink, because I think you know I do that.
I don't think that's changing.
Do you know?
It's hard to change someone who's
Really?
30. Yeah.
Oh shit! So I'm
Yeah.
fucked.
No, but you have to. Yeah, but you can't just say it.
I'll just
You're gonna
accept.
have to do something. You have to be very disciplined about it.
Really? How'd you do that?
I don't know. I don't know the ways, but I don't know whether it's some daily routine, weekly routine, or
Maybe read more. Oh yeah. Okay.
because we are just the way we are, right? Like,
So you don't think we can
you're
change?
warrior.
I'm worried. Yeah, for sure.
I think no, we can always change, but it's there's sort of
It's just who you are and
there's
the way you're
physical
brought up.
change,
Yeah.
but your like personality is much harder, right?
Yeah.
Like it can be improved, but then it, you know, like I'm thinking of work, right?
Yeah.
But it's like you need coaching, development, to and support, right? If
Yeah.
you're, you know, whether that be, you know, I don't know, you know, there's loads of like counsellors or physicians. Like, I'm just not saying you need that. I'm not like it's not a thing. Like I'm just saying, but anyone, like for me, it's like my personality is what it is. So that's what I mean. I'm just more accepting of it.
Yeah.
So it's almost like you know, it's not even necessarily changing. Maybe the only change is just being more accepting of who you are.
That's very philosophical. So don't worry about overthinking or analysing like I do. Just learn to accept that I'm going to do that and just go with it.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you might think differently then. But I've got other mates who are like overthinkers. Obviously, I tend to. People say I'm probably the other end of the spectrum, right? But again, that's the life experiences.
Nothing in
I've had.
there, or
Yeah,
joking.
But that's what I mean. So it's almost like it's not about like changing. It's like you have to make significant changes, whether it be daily or across your year. So it's But the reason I've got to where I am is because of, you know, things that have happened in my life.
Yeah.
So like if you said to someone like, you know, anyone that I work with, and I say like, you know, like, oh, you know, the thought of them, you know, going cinema on their own would be weird. Or doing anything on their own, right? Or going out for a meal on their own. But when you've lived on your own, travelled on your own, like you're just in a very different place.
Yeah.
And like you've obviously started doing some travelling recently, so that's what I'm trying to say. It's just your change in time with things. But I think the biggest thing is also just accepting.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, I think when I went to Indonesia, I think I was saying, like, it was a solo trip. I was like to find myself, inverted commas, but it was like you sort of do find out what you like. And I think I was chatting to a friend. She was saying how when you go out, you sort of, as a solo person, you sort of re-find how you act and rediscover.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, and I'll probably say this if we're getting into dating and stuff, and is you know, it's cliche and maybe other people find it unhappy, but you have to be happy on your own.
Yeah.
Like people, I think a lot of people seek to, you know, to fill a gap with something or someone else in their life, and it's like again, like you could say, oh, I'm 37, I'm not in a relationship, not married.
Yeah.
But like, there's no timeline to this. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But I'm accepting of that. But I think you have to be very happy on your own, like in your own company. And I think that's the greatest thing that I've found. And it's like it's the greatest strength, because other people, like I'll always say, it's like people would go, oh, you know, I was meant to go on this holiday with my mates, but now they can't afford it, or one got in a relationship and they can't go, so they're not going to go. And that to me is the craziest thing ever. It's like, if you want to go somewhere, go.
Yeah.
Like, and that's where I get to my stage of life, and it's like, obviously, as you get older, you hope people earn more money. I don't have any commitments, you know, mortgage, kids, whatever. So it's like I just do what I want all the time. And that's actually a great place to be.
Yeah.
Like, there's space and I'm open to it.
Yeah.
But I think that's the most important thing, is people need to be happy on their own.
Yeah.
Have I digressed from what we were talking about?
No, but I like how it's going. Yeah, like I've found that I found that from Indonesia, Thailand helped. It was just, I think I for sure mentioned it to you. I mentioned in an earlier podcast, like it was like 28. That was the first time coming back from Indonesia. Was the first time I was happy being single, which is weird, right?
Yeah.
Like you.
But this is it. I don't even define it. It's just like,
Yeah.
you know, if I was in a relationship, I'd want to be happy. If I'm single, I want to be happy. It just so happens I'm single right now.
Yeah,
So it's like
and
that's what I'm saying. It's like it's I accept it, right? It's like I'm not specifically choosing to be single, or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's I'm happy with it. And then if someone
no
wants to come
pressure,
along and like
whatever be
you
will
know,
be.
I feel will you know, improve, you know, my life or make me happier, and vice versa. I could do the same to them. Then
Yeah, because I found that within the past, since Indonesia and all the travels and stuff too. It's like, well, why would you settle for anything just to be with someone for the sake of being with someone?
I think the biggest thing when you spend a lot of time on your own, or traveling, sounding like a loner now, I have friends all over the world, believe me.
Sure.
Is you the way I would describe it is you remove every single distraction and every single opinion of what people think who you should be, and it's like you almost start with a blank canvas. And you know that whether that be when we're growing up, it's teachers, our parents,
Telling you,
our circle of friends, right? You know, again, I'm always happy to go off and chat for ages or whatever about ridiculous stuff. But you know, when I was growing up, it's like I always thought I had to wear a suit, work in an office in London, which is what I do. But you know, like I had to be like a doctor, accountant, or lawyer, and I didn't know nothing else, or no one. I didn't have any example to see a different way of living, and it's like. Obviously, people want the best for you, whether it's family or friends, but when you spend a significant amount of time alone and you're away from all that, that's how I describe it, as like being by yourself. And it's not like you sit there and think, right, I'm going to think what's best for me or who I am. It just happens because of you've got time alone or people you're meeting and you're having those kind of conversations.
Yeah.
But I think that's the greatest thing, is like you sort of strip away all the noise of what people think, you know, you should be. Like, you're a great example of this, right? Like, you know, you were, you know, qualified accountant, right?
Yeah.
You've now massively like done a career switch and now you're a pilot, which is amazing, yeah? But, you know, when you're growing up, I'm not sure anyone was going, oh, you should be a pilot, Dan, or sort of encouraging you, but at some point you made that decision.
Yeah.
And it was probably really hard because you had a, you know, stable career, decent money, you know, everything that probably, you know, you thought you should do or would make other people happy.
Yeah.
But like ultimately, you probably made a decision at some point, and I know from knowing you that you've gone and lived in another country to learn to fly and spent a lot of money to do that. And now you are where you are, and it's like you're now going to go on a journey in that direction. And if you know what, even if you said in 10 years' time, whatever, you don't want to be a pilot and you want to do something else, it's like you can. Yeah. But you'll then have had that experience where it's like you've already made that switch. Or you've already, you know, moved to Stansted and you're living on your own, and it's like things just become easier because you gain that like strength and knowledge of how you dealt with those situations. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's a lot to go on. What's that, Coach Harvey? Yeah, someone should be swipe up to subscribe. Yeah. No, there's a lot to go off there. I forgot what you said, but Indonesia. Oh yeah. Oh, the whole single thing. The whole single. It was about that. Yeah. Yeah, because I was thinking. Yeah, I made that change because I wasn't with someone, and if maybe if I was like in a relationship or seeing someone, then you'd be like, oh, well, I'm comfortable. You'd have to not have to support them at that age, which was what, 21, 22, 23, but you'd be like, oh, you'll be comfortable in life, and to move away for like a year or two from someone. So, not saying that would happen, but that's directly correlated. But maybe that happens, and then, I think when you have the time to think, like be in your own space, it's like. Something you said, I was like politely disagree, but you know, like you said, to travel to like find yourself, whatever. Yeah. But there's some like quotes I like it's not all those who travel are lost. Like, and a lot of people. So you're quite often, I don't know if you've experienced this when traveling. There's some sort of trigger, like a heartbreak, it's like parents getting divorced, a heartbreak, made redundant, lost their job, whatever, and you know, that might come up as a question. It's like, no, it's just a choice I make. It's a proactive choice that I've made. Like, I've worked hard, I save, and I do these things, and well, we're probably getting onto one of your other agenda items, but it's like, the reason I do it is because I see that as living.
Oh yeah.
And like, I almost maybe struggle with the reality of what everyday life is. You know, commuting on a train to an office job, sitting in the same chair, you know, every day or whatever.
Yeah.
And going home and watching a bit of Netflix and bed or whatever. And it's like, for me, when I die, I want to live the most extraordinary life. That's what I always sort of plan, and that's what I'm saying. Like, work is a means to do that.
Yeah, and you value that not by money, Lamborghini, mansion, but
not that I could afford any of those anyway.
well, like a remote control one. But value that by experiences.
Buy a doll's house and a toy remote control,
But yeah, you value that by experiences and maybe people.
Yeah.
But for me, I was talking about experience more life. So I think, like, in the past, 2023, 28 turning 29, that was his most life I experienced in the previous 6-7 years.
I just think travelling does it. And look, travelling is not for everyone, but for me, I'm obviously a massive advocate of it. And it's the biggest single event that probably changed the direction of my life.
Really?
Yeah, easy. Because now I just live to travel. It's you know, like, and again, I'll bring up the twins here. I love that for them, isn't it?
4 times. It's a drinking game.
But you know, I did my first multi-day hike with them.
Oh.
You know, and we did the W track in Patagonia. Obviously amazing. I can talk about that a lot more. But it's you know, these are all things that it's just like, wow, like I've done all that.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean. It's just like, I always seek that new. That's what I find harder is now I'm always seeking, like, you know, that next adrenaline rush or that next eye-opening moment, like a wow factor, I call it.
Yeah.
You know, so like, that's actually another story. I nearly died on a volcano. I felt like I was going to.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. Yeah, just, I don't know how we got into that now, but yeah, that was cool.
We're just having a conversation.
Yeah, naturally flowed, in it.
People might want to know more about that volcano stuff.
Oh, go on then.
Yes.
Yeah, go.
Give the fans what they want.
I put in the extra bits. No. How did you almost die in a volcano?
So I was in Antigua, Guatemala.
Very cool.
In Guatemala.
Guatemala.
I think it is called Antigua, Guatemala, but it's outside of Guatemala City.
Okay.
And it's called Volcan Fuego.
Fuego is
fire.
hot, no? Oh, fire.
Fire in Spanish.
Fuego.
Yeah. I need to Duolingo yourself.
I do.
And
I can speak French.
Yeah, hola.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Me llamo Daniel, ¿cómo estás? Lo siento, yo no hablo español.
Sorry, you don't speak Spanish.
Yeah.
Well done. And my people friends who can speak Spanish are probably laughing at this. Like, I can speak it. It was a cool. I can't remember the specifics, but it was about a 4-hour hike, but it's very steep.
Okay.
And we get up to about 4,200 meters, and I've got up to the top, and it was a hard hike, right? And then it was terrible weather at the top, and then they have a log fire, and with hindsight, I should have just stayed there and had dinner on the fire pit and maybe had a bit of alcohol and the marshmallows or whatever and stuff like
nice.
that. But basically, there's this hike that you can do that then you're on the volcano opposite Volcan Fuego, but it's a dormant one.
Okay.
Yeah. So then you've already done that hard hike. So then you basically hike down
That's harder.
the volcano and then up basically what is maybe Fuego or the next nearest, again, climb to it so that you can get closer to it.
Yeah.
And this was the only sort of wow factor I had in Central America of this volcano erupting. Like, you can see the lava spewing out. The noise is like thunder and like that rumbling is like huge sound. Like, it was phenomenal to be there. But yeah, I almost knew, like, as I started going down, and I've had it before, like altitude sickness, because I've done other high climbs, and I was like, I was struggling, like, on the way down. And I was like, I got halfway down, I got to the bottom or whatever, so it's time to go up, and I'm already struggling. But it's like, I probably should have turned back if I'm being sensible, whatever. But I'm stubborn, selfish, determined, and going up. But I'm literally you just lose, like, I don't know, like it's like a battery draining. You just lose all
Really?
energy. You're feeling sick. Your senses are like going, and like I don't know how long it took me, but it was only me and this girl. I think there's only 2 of us that chose to do it, and I got to the top, and then it's just like I was closer to it, and I was like, all I can think about is the way back down. Like I've got to go back.
Yeah.
And there were some people who were concerned for me, like on the
cute.
so I'm coming down, and literally I just had to keep stopping. Like anyway, I'm trying to shorten it, but it's like I got back to the bottom, and it's like, so I just laid on the ground, and I remember I was like this, and I'm looking up, and I'm just going, this is a good way to die. I remember.
Oh, you thought you were gonna die by that?
Yeah, because I was just out of it. I was just like, this is a good way to go. I've had a wow factor. Like I've seen like an erupting volcano. I'm just looking up at the night sky, and I'm just like, just leave me here. Like, I need to sleep this off, and maybe I'll feel alright in the morning and come back up. And then going up, and it's literally like, it's so steep, and like it's like that ashy rock. So it's like as you're climbing, you're slipping.
Yeah. And
I'm literally just on all fours, just like a tortoise, just trying to pull myself up. And they had a guide with me, and the girl, she was doing just fine.
Fucking was tourist.
I'm a tourist, but and then I just remember when I got near the end, and the people in the camp, they're like shouting my names. They're like, "Oh God," because they knew like it'd been fed back about there was someone struggling on the
this little bitch.
Volcano, yeah. And they were like, they wanted to go, but they're like, no, because it puts more other people at risk or whatever. So some more of the guides like came down, and like literally this. They're used to it, and the what do you call them?
Chaperones.
Yeah, kind of chaperone. They have a different name. What do they call it in the Himalayas and stuff? Like a Sherpa.
Is it Sherpa?
Yeah, they call it something else, maybe like a guide or whatever.
Yeah.
But then, literally, this one guy's just like got his arm back, and just like I'm just on all fours, just pulling myself up. Then, with hindsight, I was like, I'd much rather have just stayed exactly where I was.
Yeah.
And I'd have had this free fireworks show like from this volcano.
Yeah, but you didn't know, did you?
Yeah, and I was out of it. Horrible.
I really want to do that now. I've got a friend, she's going to go to Guatemala, I think, end of the month.
I should definitely do it.
I should text her, tell her to do that. Don't die though.
She will, it's one of the most obvious things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. That was... I feel like that whole conversation of travelling was about highs, wasn't it? I feel like we covered highs and lows there.
Yeah.
I do want to, if it's okay with you, talk about the low that we discussed. You said the one of the hardest low was...
lows of life. We'll talk about that. Yeah, I said death.
You said death, and I want to talk about that just a little bit, because... Yeah,
I just don't think you know how to deal with it. I think nobody knows.
We'll start with death, because for you said it was your grandmother. And
have you dealt with death? Close.
No.
Remember? No.
I've been blessed in that. Well, I'm blessed, but then also I'm fucked because it's going to be so hard for me the first time that there's a close death.
Yeah, and everyone it's not nice, right? Like,
no.
So I think because actually someone asked me random the other day, when was the last time you cried? And I think
yesterday. No,
you cry every day.
When I saw you.
And that's not to sound macho or anything, but I really struggled to answer. But death, like dealing with death was. I remember, crying, like, because it's just something comes, like, you find out, and it's just like, again, you just shut down. It's like a shock. So I only had one living grandparent. So again, I always say to other people, like, if they've got like 4 grandparents, or 2 sets of grandparents, whatever, I'm very fortunate. I only had one when I was growing up.
I don't think I have any grandparents left. I had like one great grand, but saw a bit in Canada, but sorry.
No, but that's a shock, right? And it's cliche, isn't it? But time is the only healer. So low is dealing with death, and then heartbreak or relationship breakup is probably a low.
It's funny you mention that because I said, I think I was in the episode with Will, I was like, for me, like the highest highs and lows have been dating, but I think it's just a different. I feel like not a different emotion, but with heartbreak.
I didn't know you've dated. Sorry.
No, I haven't. I've lived to see.
You're not talking to girls as dating.
That counts, no?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what was I saying? Yeah, so for me it was highs, lows with dating with girls. But then because I just feel with heartbreak / love with inverted commas, it's like it's just a different ball game compared to. I mean, if your friend stabs you in the back, that's pretty bad. But I feel like love just stings a bit more, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's always hard, right? Because you share a life together, whether you live together or you've gone out for a certain amount of time. You pretty much know everything about each other inside out. Obviously, you know each other's intimacies or weaknesses, or So I just think, when you're dealing with relationships breakup, it's never easy, right? I don't think, unless it's, I don't know, maybe not being that serious and it's kind of a mutual thing. Maybe people have dealt with that, but I don't know. Like, I just think any relationship breakup is hard for whatever reason, whether there's cold cut reasons to do it or whether it's just like a time has run its course. And I think I always say to people when having that, it's just like you know, I look back, I don't regret any of those. Like I haven't ended up, marrying or starting a family, but it's all been another chapter in my story, right? That I haven't got a bad thing to say about any of my exes or whatever. It just wasn't meant to be at that time.
How many times have you been heartbroken? Or you say every time you broke up with an ex, you reckon? Or?
Don't know about every time. Like sometimes, like I say, you think it's needed. A
few times.
Yeah, a couple of times. Cool. Trying to think. A bit older, I've had a few more relationships.
I mean, I'm a very low bar to set. But
probably again, also when you're younger, right? So there was probably one that was the hardest to deal with. Yeah. Because I moved for the girl and.
Oh shit.
Yeah, at that point I was younger in life and I moved my life to like be with her or whatever, and then probably her ended it more than me. Yeah. So that was toughest to deal with because it's like, okay, I've now moved location, got a job in a different area. I'm now in a city where I don't know anyone.
Yeah, that's rough.
But then that turns into a positive, right? You don't know it at the time, but then I end up living in like a nice bachelor pad in the city centre of Bristol and lived a very good life for 2 years and explored a wonderful city. So it's hard to see it at a time. Yeah. But all these experiences make us, it's cliche, innit? Make us stronger. No, but better. What's that, Kelly Clarkson song?
I think the whole podcast is a cliche.
Yeah, no surprise. Yeah.
And then, okay, that's cool. And then, because you're saying the two biggest lows to deal with are heartbreak and death. Do you think you deal with them in the same way without knowing, or you think it's different?
Death just takes time. And heartbreak takes time. Yeah. So maybe. Way. Just time.
I think time is. It's the best healer, but you don't.
You're just thinking of more cliche.
As many as I can in the next 10 minutes. Yeah. But you don't count the clock, being like, okay, it's been 1 hour, it's been 2 days, it's been. Yeah. But without realising it, right? Like just, I really just feel a bit
time. Again, and it's like it's just because what happens in a relationship is whether it's. I don't know if codependency is too strong, but you two become one or all that.
Yeah, that's Spice Girls.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, spice up your life.
If you want to, that's.
If you want to be my lover,
I was gonna say if you want to be my lover,
gotta
go with my friends, but it's not relevant.
Spice?
Probably Posh.
Posh, yeah.
Yeah, you as well.
Yeah. Posh Spice. Yeah. What's her maiden name?
Oh, I should know this because I watched the Beckham series. Oh, it begins with a B. No, it's Beckham. Oh, good question. Do you know?
You're not a fan. Yeah, of course I know. I'm asking you. I know.
You're gonna tell me, and I'm gonna be like, oh, of course it is. Yeah. What is it?
I'll give you a clue. Family.
Adams.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was Adams.
I think I'm right. We have to Google it. Yeah.
I'll include a screenshot of the name. Victoria Adams. I remember that.
I think it was.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Yeah. Shout out to Posh Spice if she's watching.
Yeah, shout out to Victoria. No, well, shout out to David as well.
Oh yeah.
David Beckham, if you're watching, listening. Hey.
Yeah.
And how do we get to Posh Spice? What were we talking about? Cliches. Yeah, what cliches do you want to say?
That's it.
Spice of life. YOLO. I tell you what, as cliche as that is, sometimes it's like YOLO. I say it to myself when I go to bed.
Before every key decision you make in your life, most people say, fuck it, I'm doing it.
Which is essentially YOLO.
You just have to take that decision at some point. You can't be certain. You can't be 100%, but you just go, I'm doing it. And I can think of, friends right now that have those kind of decisions to make, and it's like, you've got to do it.
And I tell you what, just to make it around 5 times or 6 times, Sam and Ben, but just Sam this time. Sam was
saying their name.
The twins. He was mentioning how I think. What's that?
It depends what you're going to say. Yeah, it's obviously their lives and their stories.
Oh no! It's open. It's open. He was saying that nowadays it becomes more apparent that people now take less risks, and like you were saying, we were talking earlier about people moving to different countries, cities, but. And he was saying how nowadays people take less risks and just stay in their comfort zone because there was a conversation of Ben going to Australia, right? And I don't know why I'm saying this, but I was just thinking I now want to experience more life / but then I was thinking you need the opportunities to do that, but how many opportunities can I how do you make because I was thinking how do you make your own opportunities? Go travel.
It's not just travel. I'd love to talk about it, but so I think the what would you call it, a catalyst? The key catalyst in my life was when I left Lloyd's. So I'd been working for the bank for 10 years. I had a solid job. I could have got a good staff mortgage. And these are all reasons other people might go, you're crazy and you should have done these things. But, I was at a good level, good salary. And that was without doubt like the best time of my life.
Because is that when you went to Oz?
No, first time, So I was 30. And that's when I met the twins. Shout out again, Well, I'm going to do a drinking game later.
Yeah, drinking game. Yep.
And that has changed me significantly. So again, what do I measure success? Like I remember when I finished my last career break, when I choose to be #funemployed.
I was unemployed.
I think I've had 4 career breaks in the last 6.5 years, and it's like people go, "Oh, you're so lucky," but it's never luck. Like I've worked hard, I've got to a stage, and that's how I've chosen to spend my money, or they're the decisions that I've made. Yeah,
like if you did this at 20 years old, it was like, well, we're getting the money, but the fact that you've got 10 years...
Yeah, but people do it differently, right? You can backpack the world on a tighter budget than I have. It's just I'm more of a flashbacker, like I have the luxury that I can, have a bit more money to do these things, or a living situation. Yeah, not everyone's afforded that. Yeah. But there's opportunities, and that's what I mean, like if I could tell my younger self or tell I didn't know about, working holiday visas in Australia, New Zealand, or Canada equivalent. Yeah. No, I didn't have someone who's done it before, or anyone in my friendship group who's done it. Yeah. Yeah, there's opportunities, right? So it's just you gotta either be inspired by, or follow people, or speak to people, or create your own path.
I'm just thinking about myself, of course, all the time, but for me, can you see opportunities come up? Because like for this year, it's like I've got a semi-busy year, like again, like maybe 4 weddings, Olympics,
and a funeral.
Hopefully not. Of my comedy career.
Yeah, dead joke.
But yeah, I guess I'll just see. But then there's maybe not to mention again, but with the decision between New Year's, like that, maybe that's an opportunity. Is that an opportunity? To an extent, yeah, true.
Every decision you make, I guess.
Yeah, I just want to do stuff. I definitely want to do the 12 but yeah, I think I just want to do stuff. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So I think that's the end of that. So that's the highs and lows. I'll just do the. Can you hear it? Yeah.
It's like when we were running today.
When we did our run, we ran around the airport, and I did post a picture on the Stravs, on Strava.
A little video.
Yeah. So when you take a video, there's a bit of a whatever. You look at your phone, don't you? And you just miss the whole thing because you're looking at your phone. So I'm very conscious now. If I would take a video of something cool, record, but look at the actual thing. So now when I think about it, I think about, I can see the plane, but for the other stuff, like when I'm traveling and you're like, snap. I don't remember taking it, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think I saw someone on Instagram, like, it was New Year's.
Yeah.
And just, there were thousands of people and every single person had their phone out.
Yeah.
And again, that's I could talk for hours about.
Social media. I'm gonna do.
It's just.
Yeah.
That's the world we live in now, where people literally go to stuff more to. Not
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
But to post about it or say they were there than actually.
Yeah.
Being there, enjoying it.
Yeah, I was gonna do an episode on social media, like a separate episode. Social media, dating. I don't know if there's any other important life things. I mean, that's not really related to flying, but I try to put as many flying puns, like fly high. That's the only pun I can
I'll give you 30 seconds to think as many as you can.
Okay, yes, 30 seconds, yes, I'm glad you mentioned that. That brings us to our next segment. I've just called it the name game. I don't know if you listened to the previous episode of the podcast.
Listen to the first one, I think.
The first one, cool. We basically do a game where it's 30 seconds long. The first one is always name as many airlines, and then second is your category.
Yeah.
So what's your category?
Well, countries.
You want to do country? Yeah. So the girls did countries last time, and I think you're so knowledgeable. That was an intentional cough. That I think I should make you do something different to make it harder for you.
Fine.
What category would you do?
Oh, a different category.
Okay,
capital cities. Capital cities.
Okay, yeah, capitals. Yeah. Okay. All right, we'll do airlines. Do you want 5 to 10 seconds to think about it, or you good to go?
Fine,
okay.
Go.
Get the headphones so you can hear the music.
Yeah.
As in, you need them.
Oh.
Yeah. So you can hear.
Get closer.
Oh yeah, get closer as well. Should have been close the whole time, but whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna go 3, 2, 1, and there's a countdown, and then the music's gonna play, and it's also count as music. But okay, 3, 2, 1.
Ryanair, EasyJet, TUI, Thompson, British Airways, Tiger Air, EasyJet, AirAsia, Qantas, Virgin, Emirates, LATAM, Delta Airlines, American Airlines, Alaska Air, Air Malaysia, anything with Air, Wizz Air,
17. That's pretty good. What did you say? Was it Latans? Latam. Latam.
It's Latin America.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Latam.
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 Latam. Where's that?
Latam. Latin America.
Oh, cool. Oh, Latam. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. 17. Solid score. So, the leaderboard is there are 2 contestants so far. Will, Amy, and Iris, and they both got 28 in total.
Yeah.
So you need 11.
Smash it.
You need 11 capital cities within 30 seconds to tie them. I need more to go number 1.
Yeah.
Number 1. Okay, so you're going to do capital cities?
Yeah.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, 3, 2...
London, Edinburgh, Cardiff, or is it Glasgow? Belfast, Dublin, Madrid, Lisbon, Budapest, Berlin, Rome, Washington DC, Ottawa, Buenos Aires, Bogota, Lima, La Paz, Canberra, Singapore City, Kuala Lumpur.
19. And how did you get before?
17.
36. As old as you are. Well, congratulations, you're number 1 leaderboard.
Obviously.
So you're number 1, 36. I need to check because you said like Glasgow, Edinburgh. So maybe.
Let's think about it. Which is the capital? I'm taking these off. Which is the capital of Scotland?
I should know this. I want to say Edinburgh. Oh, interesting.
Either way, I said both.
Yeah. So
or
maybe
minus a point is fine.
So maybe it's 35.
Yeah.
That's good. So what we spoke about, we did all about your travelling, how we knew each other, how I tried to hit you as hard as I could when I met you. We did icebreakers, funny travelling stories. You spoke about the stag do,
Vietnam,
meeting the boys. So anything that you want to plug or tell the crowd, tell the audience?
Follow me.
What's your handle?
Essex Harvey 86.
Essex Harvey 86. I was going to ask you what trip holiday changed you the most.
Yeah, you can do it. Well, I've kind of answered it already.
Which one did you?
The first 6 months sabbatical. Yeah, again, to mention the names that shall not be named. Yeah, I think you said to me beforehand, like, what might have been your favourite
I did,
countries, right?
I didn't ask, but yeah.
It's like, I always struggle with this because there's so many great memories,
Yeah,
right?
I get
it's really
that.
hard to choose. But if I was being honest, the thing that's probably come from it is Ben and Sam, right? That I've met 2 people travelling who I'd now consider best friends.
Cute.
You meet cool people travelling and some people you stay in touch with, but to have formed that relationship and now known each other like 7 years, I was talking about it with them the other day, and like, you know, they're the go-to guys that I can rely on for, you know, weekends away, trips, holidays. I'm friends with all their friends.
Yeah.
So I guess if you think of what that has turned into, like that's all. And Vietnam's obviously a lovely country, and it was again, you know, there were some amazing places, and first time I went canyoneering and stuff like that. So yeah, I'd say that's a highlight. But I've got loads of highlights and so many, and again, very few lowlights, and for different reasons. There's a couple that stand out. I wanted to go into those, but yeah, just mainly it's a lot of highs. When traveling.
I think for sure. I think with traveling, for me, one of the coolest things and most important as well is like seeing stuff. I bet people, I think, make
people,
it. People
and,
make it. Yeah.
And this isn't the reason why I travel, but I mentioned I've had free accommodation in like a lot of places around the world, and people who just open up their homes or even their families, like you meet them.
Yeah.
You know, shout out and thank you to all those people who have, you know, have probably invited me into their home as a stranger based on, you know, their son or daughter meeting me. Like, you know,
that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, but you know what the cool thing for me as well is like, not that it matters, but it's like I don't do it to show off or whatever. It's like it's clearly a passion of mine.
Yeah.
And it's you know, almost like a blog, and it's like it's funny because people say I should, you know, vlog or like do it properly and stuff like that. But it goes back to that point we mentioned earlier around I'd like being in the moment, and so sometimes I might go about a week and I'm behind with posting and I just get it done, but you know, I'll always have those memories. Like pictures are memories, and it's like amazing when I look back, and I could just be lying in bed and I look back at photos, or I'm thinking about the next things I want to do. There's a lot of travel accounts, and it's like everyone filters the photos massively.
Oh yeah.
And it's like I was there and it's beautiful, but like the blue wasn't as blue and the green wasn't as green, or I had a bit of a cloudy day. But it's I like to keep it real. Or if it's couples, always doing, you know, those hand photos, and it's like, but on all these travel accounts.
Yeah.
You never see
the real stuff.
The people that you meet, even if it's just you having like shots with someone you've only met and you only see them for one night, or like that's the thing is that I'll post and it'll be like it'll be some rubbish picture of me because I've been ill in bed all day.
Yeah.
And that's lame, right? It's not some amazing scenery, but again, it happens when travelling. Like I think for me, there's keeping that realism that I don't filter photos or I include people that I've met.
And you,
whether they become great friends or like acquaintances, or I don't see them again. It's just like for me that's what travelling's about. Is as well as seeing new places and doing new things and just living life each day. It's the people you meet, right? That is cliche, but everyone will say it. And you meet people from different cultures and backgrounds, and you learn about their worries and strife. Or whatever.
Yeah, like when I was in Thailand, like 3 weeks, but one of the coolest moments I had, we were on a rooftop for, it was like it was Koh Tao, Two Sunsets Bar, did you remember it? For a sunset, and I can't remember his name, I've got him understood, but he was supposed to you, and young and fun, and we had a conversation. It was about maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, total stranger, like he was like mutual, so it was obviously like, but I just had the best conversation with him, just talking about life and just everything, and I just like growing again, cliche, like, but you know, like that small conversation of half an hour to 45 minutes was one of the highlights of my trip, and then I'll never see him again probably. I'd like to, but like that was honestly one of the coolest things. Just conversation, but it was just, but it was just, but it was like just one of the realest conversations, like compared to I know when you're traveling, it's the same copy and paste.
Yeah.
Where you from? Where you going?
Yeah.
Where you traveling? How long you traveling for? Have you been here? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But it was just a very real conversation, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah. That's nice. Yeah, there you go. That's honestly some of the best moments of travelling as well. I can think of a few like that. Just
glancing moment. It's like, Ben, a friend of mine, he told me the saying of when two boats cross at sea at night. Like, it was a saying.
Two ships that pass in a night.
That's it, yeah. I thought that was quite nice. Is that a cliche?
Probably,
yeah. Cool. And then, okay, cool. Perfect. I think that's done. Just for the audience, drinking game. Every time Ben and Sam is mentioned, every time I cough, every time a new country,
that's a lot. Yeah.
every time a new country is mentioned.
Yeah.
Anything else you can think of? I missed.
Yeah, countries. Just find some more quickly. Really get people to just get really drunk.
Bolivia, Honduras, Costa Rica.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, thanks for joining.
If anyone enjoyed listening, add me on Instagram.
Yeah, at
and,
Essex Harvey.
If you're,
86.
you mentioned a friend going Guatemala, happy for them to reach out and give tips and experiences.
Who do you think should be the next guest?
Easy answer.
Easy answer.
Yeah.
Cop out.
One more shot.
So that's it. Thanks again for joining. I'll try to get this episode out as soon as possible. Any final words? Very quick, 5 seconds. Drinking game. I'm gonna post a picture of the drinking game and other stuff and the leaderboard. Congrats on getting number 1.
Yeah, that'd be hard to not be off my perch. So.
30 got 35. Yeah, I'm surprised people got more. It's only 3 episodes though.
Yeah, I was giving people a chance. I paused it.
But yeah, that's it. Peace.
Yeah.